Thank you for joining us for our Seton Shrine virtual exhibit, a digital lesson where we will explore the stories of St. Elizabeth Ann Seton's past here at the Seton Shrine in Emmitsburg, Maryland. Some of the artifacts in this series haven't been shown to the public in years. Others are in plain sight, but are often overlooked. Today we'll be taking a look at Mother Seton's rosary and the meaning and even the mystery behind it. The Blessed Mother appeared to St. Catherine Laboure in 1830, encouraging her to create the Miraculous Medal. Mother Seton, who similarly had a deep devotion to the Virgin Mary, lived decades prior to this apparition. So how was it then that Mother Seton's rosary has a miraculous medal on it? To discover the answer, we have to start not at the beginning, but rather at the end.
On a summer night in Paris on July 18, 1830, a mysterious child awakens Catherine Laboure, a 24-year-old daughter of Charity novice. The child leads her to the Daughters' Chapel, where Catherine sees the Virgin Mary reclining in a chair. She kneels beside the Blessed Mother and rests her hands in the Virgin's lap. The two speak for several hours, and during the conversation, Mary promises she will return and will give the young sister a mission. The child leads Catherine back to her bed as the clock strikes 2 a.m. As promised, several months later, on November 27th of the same year, the Blessed Virgin appears to Catherine a second time while she was at evening meditation with her community. During this apparition, Mary reveals a medal, and the young novice saw the fully designed image of both sides of what is today called the Miraculous Medal. Mary speaks to Catherine. "Have a medal struck upon this model. Graces will abound for persons who wear it with confidence." 2 years later, the first miraculous medals began to circulate during the time of pandemic. These first miraculous medals were distributed throughout Paris, and the blessings that Mary promised began to shower down on wearers of the medal. In 1836, the church investigation declared the apparitions to be genuine, and the devotion to the medal spread quickly. At the time of St. Catherine's death in 1876, there were more than 1 billion medals worldwide.
In the mid-1800s, an American bishop embraced this medal and attached it to a beloved rosary that belonged to his grandmother. In order to preserve the delicate beads, he had this family heirloom restrung. This rosary, now in the possession of the Daughters of Charity archives, belonged to none other than Mother Seton.
From her first introduction to the Catholic faith while still a Protestant, Mother Seton was drawn to the Blessed Mother shortly after the death of her husband. A young widow and mother to 5, Elizabeth Ann Seton lost her own mother at a young age, but quickly found solace in Mary. She wrote,
"As I approached the great altar, a sensation of delight struck so forcibly that the opening words of Mary's Magnificat, 'My soul magnifies the Lord, my spirit rejoices in God my Savior,' came to me, with a fervor which absorbed every other feeling."
In a letter to her sister-in-law, Rebecca Seton, Mother Seton said,
"I had a mother which you know my foolish heart so often lamented to have lost in early days. I have looked in all the plays of childhood and wildness of youth to the clouds for my mother, and at that moment it seemed as if I had found more than her, even in tenderness and pity of a mother, so I cried myself to sleep in her heart."
One day, while Elizabeth was alone in her room, a priest carrying the Eucharist passed beneath her window. Deeply moved, she felt anguish of heart.
Was I the only one he did not bless? I looked up to the Blessed Virgin, appealing to her that as the Mother of God she must pity me, and obtain from him that blessed faith of these happy souls around me. Rising after many sighs and tears, the little book was under my eye, which fell on St. Bernard's prayer to the Blessed Virgin, the Memorare.
When discerning in what direction in which to move the sisterhood, Elizabeth looked to Mary and often had a reminder of Mary close at hand. Elizabeth incorporated into the sisterhood this faithfulness to Mary through devotions and prayers such as the Memorare and the rosary. Initially, the sisters only had one set of beads, which was shared amongst them, reinforcing the communal nature of their work and prayer. In later years, it became custom for each sister to attach their rosary to their habits.
We at the Seton Shrine hope that, like St. Catherine Laboure and Mother Seton, you too might draw comfort and strength from the Blessed Mother through devotions such as the Miraculous Medal and the Rosary. Stay tuned for our next Seton Shrine virtual exhibit.